What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Welcome to your stimulus check update, stimulus package update and news report for Saturday, May 1st. We made it to May. Wow, finally. So today I have some stuff I want to talk about. Mostly what I want to talk about is regarding the forced stimulus check, but regarding a monthly payment. We are actually starting to get some reports, and some economists are saying that a monthly payment is going to be essential. We need to see a monthly payment for the American people, or else we will fall back into the same trap we're in, where people do not have enough money to actually pay for the things that they need. For instance, we heard reports just this past week that we will see a gas shortage this coming summer. Not because we do not have enough gasoline, but because we do not have enough truck drivers to actually take the gasoline to where it is needed. That's going to be critical, but we will see what happens there. What I can tell you is that right now, monthly stimulus checks are being considered because, according to lawmakers and economists and experts as well, is it would reduce the poverty rate even further. That is one of the goals that Democrats have, is to reduce poverty here in the United States. They say we should not have more children living in poverty than any other great nation. So right now, this is critical. We need to provide not only for children, but for parents, for the homeless, for every single person that is struggling in the United States as of right now. We also know that there is actually a big push for $2,000 checks. But here's what you need to understand. Okay, there's something called the ABC Act, and I want to go over this one more time because this does kind of play into what we're going to see. But right now, there's something called the ABC Act. This was proposed about a year ago, and in the ABC Act, this actually proposes $2,000 stimulus checks per month for the entirety of this pandemic, and then $1,000 per month for 1 year after the pandemic has been called over. Okay? Here's what you need to understand. That is one idea, that's one proposal. But the idea that's been actually being talked about and discussed from there that would actually do a lot for the American people is a different bill, a different idea, where it's instead of $2,000 monthly for the entirety of this pandemic, it is actually $2,000 now and $1,000 per month for the entirety of this pandemic. Now, here's the reason why that this is actually getting a big push. What we are hearing is that we actually have a decent amount of support behind this idea because it would be cheaper. Okay? It would be cheaper and it would solve the same issues. What we know at this time. Again, the hard part is trying to figure out, and I said this before, I've said this multiple times in the past, the hard part is trying to figure out a happy medium where we can see additional relief, where the American people can get some assistance, where the American people can get money in their pocket to go and pay for their essentials, but at the same time, not risk taking the United States and pushing us further and further into debt. I think as of right now, we're like $28.2 trillion in debt. We keep going further and further into debt. But some say that this might be needed because if we can get back to the pre-pandemic levels and then we can reduce our spending, then what they are saying is that the money spent today, the $2,000 stimulus checks for a one-time payment, and then follow it up with a $1,000 per month payment, this would actually help the American people a lot. This would actually get the economy back to where it once was quicker. And if you structure this correctly, then we could see we actually save some money. So here's what one lawmaker was actually saying on Twitter the other day. They were actually referencing this exact same idea, that why don't we do a $2,000 payment for every single American? That would give them the money to go and spend, right? To go and help the economy, go stimulate the economy. It would technically be a stimulus check. But then we will only give $1,000 per month to low-income individuals and households. That was actually, I was looking at that thinking, well, that makes sense. Give $2,000 to every single American, right? That would help them out. That would help out a lot of people. But then only $1,000 per month to the lowest income individuals. Okay, students, low-income individuals, people on Social Security that maybe only get $5,000 to $10,000 per year. That would help out a lot. That was actually a pretty good idea. Now, I don't know if we're gonna get any additional responses after that, but hopefully we do. As I know more there, I promise I will fill you in on those details as well. But what I can tell you is, as of right now, a single check, okay, will most likely get altered. So if we see talks of a forced stimulus check, chances are it's going to get altered. And I said this before, I'm going to continue to say it, over and over again, is this is due to the fact that, right now a stimulus check is just being seen as throwing money away. Moderate Democrats, yeah, we're just throwing money away. Republicans, yeah, we don't need it. We're just throwing money away. But if we change it to, let's say, a child tax credit, a parent tax credit, anything tax credit, people are like, oh, that's a good idea. Why didn't we think of that before? Well, we did, but it was a stimulus check. It was the exact same amount, but it was a stimulus check. So, I don't know exactly where we're going to go from here, but what I can tell you is right now, parents are the target of the most relief at this time. Parents. And I say this because parents, as of right now, are being considered as the hardest hit individuals in many places simply because children are expensive to raise. I currently have 3 of them. Okay, I don't plan on having any more, but I have 3 children. They are expensive, but this should be one of those things that as a parent, you factor in the possible expenses before you have children. Some people say, no, all these parents, they have no clue what they're doing. They're just trying to get a free handout. Now, that's not essentially true. That's not the truth for every single parent. But what I can tell you is, yes, some parents are going to take this money and not spend it on the children. That's going to be an issue. That's going to affect the children, pulling children out of poverty. They're still going to live in poverty, okay? But now they might have, a little bit extra stuff, right? They might have some new clothes, might have some, better food, right? That's needed. That's essential. But what we are hearing at this time is children are the one that are suffering. And that right now, lawmakers say that we need to invest in our future, and our future is our children. So, what I can tell you is that parents are going to receive a lot, okay? They will receive a lot. If you do not have children, then this is just one of the ways that right now lawmakers are trying to entice people to have children. Even though we may not see any of these benefits last for too much longer, or we may not see any of these different tax credits actually pass, what we are hearing is that right now we are actually seeing less and less people have children. The only reason the United States keeps growing is because of immigration. We're getting a lot more people coming into the United States. But it's not because the United States citizens and current residents are having more children. That's actually not the case. And so what we are hearing is that lawmakers are trying to entice the American people to have more children. Yeah, have more children. Lawmakers are also trying to entice us to get the vaccine. So it's just, let's do this, let's do that. If you don't want to do it, okay, no problem. But I'm going to try to trick you into doing it anyway. So here's what we know. As of right now, Saturday, May 4th, or Saturday, May 1st, not 4th, what we know is that there are the child tax credits. Those will most likely be extended because it does have bipartisan support. This means $3,000 for any child between 6 and 17, $3,600 for any child between 0 and 5. This will be in effect for all of 2021. We should start seeing the payments for those. If you are a parent, you should start seeing those in July. But what we are hearing is that this will most likely be extended for an additional 4 years until 2025. We also know there's a $12,000 per year parent tax credit. This is going to help a lot of people. This is going to help, obviously, a lot of parents. But the way the bill was actually, or this plan was actually laid out, was it's not just couples that would receive $12,000. It is the actual parent of the child. So if the parents are together, they would get a $12,000 parent tax credit. But if they're separated, each parent would get $6,000 as a parent tax credit. So it kind of breaks it up and thinks about separated parents, divorced parents, things like that. So it kind of plans ahead for that exact thing. We also know, and that's actually something from Republican Josh Hawley as well. We also know there's an $8,000 child care credit as well. And the goal of this one isn't just to give parents additional relief, but the goal of this one is to help the parents go with quality childcare, as opposed to just finding the cheapest childcare out there. Go for quality. And so what this is going to provide and what this is going to do is it's going to entice parents to go and pay for quality childcare, which essentially is going to help childcare, these companies, these providers actually pay their employees a little bit more. I think they get paid like a little bit over $10 per hour on average right now. So this would actually give them a little bit of a boost. So that would actually be a big deal there. But again, we are seeing more support for relief for parents, but at the same time that we're seeing this, we are seeing some more talks and discussions on not only a fourth stimulus check, but possibly a monthly stimulus check. So what I can tell you right now is there's going to be a lot of discussions over the next few weeks and possibly the next couple of months regarding a fourth stimulus check. I'm going to continue to bring you these updates, but as of right now, what we know is a fourth stimulus check is still on the table. It hasn't been completely scratched out by the Biden administration, but what I can tell you is as soon as it is scratched out, or as soon as we get confirmation that yes, a fourth stimulus check is definitely going to be in this next package, I promise I will fill you in on all those details. But as of right now, this is what we know. If you have any questions regarding stimulus, whether it's a stimulus check, additional relief, parent tax credits, parent relief, things for people on Social Security, rental assistance, food assistance, anything, PPP funding. If you have questions on anything, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. I go and read your comments and I look through your comments to see what questions you have, because then I know what actually to create videos on. Again, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. If you can, hit that thumbs up button. It really does help out the channel. Consider subscribing so I can continue to keep you updated on everything that's going on, and I'll see you guys on the next one.